Welcome to Mind Clarify, a place where imagination comes alive and every story opens a door to something beautifully unexpected. Here, we believe that even the smallest moment can become magical. Pedro and Maria, two curious siblings with a love for exploring, were spending the afternoon in their garden. The sky was golden, and the air smelled like flowers and fresh grass. As they searched the yard for four-leaf clovers, something unusual caught Pedro's eye. Beneath a pile of dry leaves, something shimmered. A small golden box, engraved with delicate, glowing patterns, sat silently waiting to be discovered. Maria leaned closer, whispering, "It looks alive." Without hesitation, Pedro reached out and opened it. Instantly, a swirl of golden light wrapped around them, lifting leaves and dust in a silent storm of magic. The world spun. Colors blurred, wind danced, and their laughter faded into the air. When it all stopped, they were standing in a place unlike anything they had ever seen. The grass beneath their feet was a glowing shade of blue. Spiral-shaped trees lined the landscape, and their leaves shifted colors as the wind blew through. Above them, pink clouds floated like cotton candy, and tiny sparkling creatures darted through the air, giggling as they passed. Maria's eyes widened with wonder. "Pedro, are we dreaming?" Pedro pointed silently. A unicorn was approaching them, wearing an enormous floppy hat that nearly covered its eyes, and smiling as if it knew them. "Welcome to the realm of wonder," said the unicorn in a voice that echoed like a song. "But before you go exploring, you must accept a challenge." Pedro and Maria exchanged looks. "What kind of challenge?" The unicorn tilted its head to the sky and began to recite. "To find your way back, you'll need to be wise. With open hearts and curious eyes, work as one and face what's feared. Only then will the path be cleared." Before they could ask more, the ground trembled softly. A dragon appeared, not fierce and bold, but small, nervous, and trembling. Its green-blue scales shimmered as it stumbled forward, wearing a straw hat that didn't quite fit. Its wings flapped awkwardly. I don't like heights," the dragon stammered, hiding behind its wings. Pedro stepped forward, puzzled. "But you're a dragon. Don't dragons love to fly?" "Not this one," said the dragon with a shy laugh. "I always fall. It's kind of embarrassing." Maria smiled. "Then maybe we can help." With a flick of its hoof, the unicorn summoned a floating broomstick glowing with soft light. "This is the broom of courage. It works better when friends ride it together." Pedro climbed on first, steadying it. Maria helped the dragon climb on carefully. They rose, hovering low above the sparkling grass. At first, the dragon gripped tightly, terrified. But Maria sang softly, and Pedro told funny stories. Slowly, the dragon's grip loosened. They soared between color-shifting trees. The dragon began to laugh. Further ahead, they passed a field where fairies were practicing a midair dance. The fairies waved, shimmering with joy. The dragon smiled wide. "I never knew flying could feel like this." The group reached a bridge made of musical instruments. Each step they took played a note, creating a melody with every move. On the other side, they were greeted by a circle of creatures clapping and spinning in celebration. It felt like a festival of joy. The unicorn returned. "The challenge isn't over yet. There are two more tasks ahead." First, they found a tiny hedgehog lost among glowing mushrooms. He looked up with sad eyes. Maria knelt beside him. "Let's take you home," she said gently. Together, they helped him find his den, hidden beneath a flower that smelled like honey. Next, they discovered a patch of soil where a magical flower refused to bloom. "It only opens to laughter," the unicorn explained. Pedro made silly faces, Maria danced wildly, and the dragon told jokes between nervous giggles. Little by little, the flower opened. Its petals shimmered in rainbow hues, and a warm breeze swept through the field. "You've done well," said the unicorn softly. "You've learned that true magic lies in kindness, courage, and working together." In the center of a clearing, a golden door began to spin open. Pedro and Maria turned to the dragon. "Come with us." The dragon looked toward the sky. "Not yet. I think I'll fly a little longer on my own now. But thank you. I'll never forget you." They hugged tightly. The unicorn nodded with pride. As they stepped through the golden doorway, the light faded. They were back in their garden. The air was calm. The sky had turned orange. The golden box rested beside them, now still and silent, but one of its leaves still sparkled, just a little. Pedro and Maria sat quietly in the grass, holding hands. Nothing looked different, and yet, everything had changed. Some adventures don't leave marks you can see, but they stay inside us, quietly reminding us of who we are and what we can become. If this story sparked something inside you, give it a like, subscribe to Mind Clarify, and share it with someone who still believes in the power of wonder. And tell us in the comments, what magical world would you like to discover next? Thanks for watching, and remember, your heart knows the way, as long as you stay curious.